What's up, dudes? Welcome to the show. I'm sorry I haven't made a few videos in a couple of days. A lot's been going on, and up to and including dislocating a rib last night, so I've been having quite a time. But welcome to today's video. Today I wanted to talk about our segment Little Did They Know, and the subject is terraforming. Now, we all know what terraforming does. It searches out your favorite field spell, and that's been a pretty broken mechanic recently in the game. If you have things like Cosmotown or Dragonic Diagram, you really want to see those, and you really want to make them work for you. The faster you can see those, the faster you can get them out, and the faster you can gain advantage. So terraforming is a really great way of doing that. Now, the argument that I've heard a lot lately is that terraforming is OP, it needs to be hit, which it has been in Japan, and it just does too much for your deck. I don't think that is the case. I think that it's just a case of one card making another card way more powerful, simply because it can search out your field spells. When we have field spells like Cosmotown and Dragonic Diagram, they're already OP. They're already kind of broken in their own sense. So having terraforming to just be able to essentially have kind of 6 copies in your deck just to be able to fish them out doesn't necessarily make terraforming broken, but it does make the other card a lot better because it's searchable. Now, the reason I don't think terraforming is all that broken is if you remember, like I do, back in the day when, like 13 years ago, when terraforming came out, it came out in a lot of decks where the field spell we had at the time was Mountain, Yami, Umi, like field spells that didn't make too much of a difference. Now, granted, if you had the right monster on the field and you could possibly buff its attack up to 1900, back then, that was a sound strategy. You really wanted that. And of course, someone was probably going to run something like D-Spell to try to get rid of that field spell. So back then, if you were running those kinds of field spells, terraforming almost seemed like a waste because that was something else that could go into that deck spot. Granted, you were essentially running 39 cards instead of 40 if you put one terraforming in there, and you could also put it, if you're running 3 field spells, you could put 3 terraforming in there, and essentially you're running 37 cards. So it's a consistency thing at that point. But it wasn't really worth it back then because the amount of advantage you gained back then wasn't all that great. It was maybe 200 attack points that could easily be taken away from you when you activated that card. However, now we're seeing that terraforming is being put in everything and is being hit. And I don't really agree with terraforming being put on the ban list in Japan, simply because now we have things like set rotation. And set rotation is pretty much probably worse than terraforming at this point, because people can load up their decks with field spells. I mean, even if terraforming's hit and we still have 2, that's 2 that can just search out the 1 field spell. But they'll put in another, use set rotation, and suddenly you just pulled 2 cards out of your deck, and just making your deck that much more consistent. Not only that, if you give your opponent a field spell that's going to hinder them, that's even more advantage that you're getting. So in my mind, set rotation needs to be hit a lot more than terraforming does. But again, that's just my opinion. But yeah, that's just what this card does, and that's what happens when Konami makes cards that little did they know would come up and just be a staple in every deck. This is August, we're the Game Dudes. Hope you guys liked the video. Please like and subscribe. I keep forgetting to announce that our Facebook and Twitter are live, so please go follow us there. The link's in the description, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.